Hey. And we live.
So, I guess I could say last week's episode was a success.
Successful.
And if I'm talking about an episode and I'm People's 330
and if I'm Ms. Pursley, that's MZ dot Pursley.
then this might be going nowhere. The podcast. This might be going nowhere. The podcast begins. Today is episode 11. Officially.
11.
And
Uno y uno.
It's titled Nastiness. And the reason why I titled this episode Nastiness was for a few reasons. Of course, there's the news. It reeks of absolute nastiness. And we'll get into that in a little bit. I want to talk about a couple of things. Last episode, we were talking about the Grammys and how, people won the Grammys, but should we necessarily look for validation into those? Shout out to Eddie Vice and Perp Grizzly. But should we look for validation in the Grammys?
Can I wait a minute? As we're talking about validation, I find it odd that I am about to go live on Facebook.
Okay, so the reason why I wanted to talk about the connection with the Grammys going back into last episode would be the Oscars this episode. So I got a shout out. I want to shout out to Spike Lee. Congratulations. Yes.
Shout out Spike Lee.
He won for Black Klansman, And
shouts out to my homegirl, Nikki that I'm friends with on Facebook.
Okay.
She's super dope.
Okay.
She's like a super advocate and, suffers from depression and anxiety and speaks out against it. Like, she is so dope and she's an artist in and of herself. She has some commercials out here. So, like,
definitely shout out. Definitely shout out. I appreciate that. Black excellence.
And she's an advocate for it. And she's friends with Spike Lee. Was there, you know what I'm saying? So it's super dope.
That is super dope. Super lit. So Spike Lee finally won one, and I thought it was hilarious when he jumped into Samuel L. Jackson's arms with his short ass. And it was just a moment, it was something I really felt like, that's one for us, and I really, for more than even that's one for us, was Spike Lee has earned and deserved this for a long time. And I thought that it was only right when you got somebody who made Malcolm X, when you got somebody who made Do the Right Thing and not win for those movies that helped shape the culture, and educated so many people and told a story no one else was willing to tell, for him not to obviously win for that. But for him to win for, the Black Klansman, I just felt it was fitting, And I rocked with Red Hook Summer. Actually, that was one of the Spike Lee joints that I had really liked. So if y'all get a chance, go ahead and check that out. But I think it was really good for us, but I couldn't help but feeling like, here we go again. The Negroes is out. We all happy that the white man accepts our new art. You know what I'm saying? So it had me feeling the kind of way. But I want to shout out a couple of the other people who won Black Excellence. I always want to salute that. So Kevin Wilmot, he did the Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, that's in the movie theaters right now. It's got the Black Spider-Man, and, it breaks the universes with him. I haven't seen it yet, but I am going to check it out. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of that. I can never pronounce this nigga's name right. It's Marshala.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Marshala Ali.
What the fuck was that?
Mahershala.
He won.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, that's my dude though. He actually, I'm joking, but he's been in a lot of shit that I rock with. So I'm gonna see what he won on. Let me do my Googles real quick, cause he's dope. And some of his shit that I watched, and he won for the sci-fi film Sovereign. So that's what's up. I'm glad to see
I'm sure it's Mahershala.
It might be Mahershala Ali.
You are correct, sir.
I call him M.A., you know.
Ali.
He's old M.A. He's not young M.A. He's old M.A. But shout out to him. That's my dude. Black Panther won. Shout out to Black Panther. Yes. Black Panther did win an Oscar for Ruth E. She won for Best Costume Design Production and Best Production Visual Arts. So I do want to shout out everybody who won. Regina King, she won. Shout out to Regina King.
Like,
it's well
dope.
overdue. So shout out to Regina King. She won for Best Supporting Actress, If Beale Street Could Talk. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm definitely going to check that out.
I haven't either.
You know, so that's one. But yeah, I just want to shout out everyone.
I'm sorry, I'm a horror movie. You already know. You guys know. You listen to the podcast, what kind of movies I like, and that's why I haven't checked it out. But support it. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, but again, it brings me back to that bigger issue when it's talking about we looking for validation from massa again. So I feel like that was something that I felt myself kind of like, do I care that y'all won? But I want to celebrate. I do want y'all to be celebrated at the highest level. And, you know, winning an Oscar opens doors. So, yeah, Purrs, she's epic failing with setting up the phone right now for those listening to the podcast. If y'all was wondering what the hell that sound was.
It's like, it's such a
big ass splat. She's trying to set up that droid. We're going to leave it alone.
I so am. It's not working.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
But speaking...
I'm trying to...
It's cool. She's doing it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? She's doing it for y'all. But speaking of epic fails, Burberry's Noose.
Not up in here!
We got to talk about that shit. Yo.
Why do I have to be in the epic fail category? I don't know.
Yes.
But nonetheless, I am. Here I am.
Yeah, Burberry's Noose. We're gonna pull that out.
Now I didn't see the news. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah. No, it was fucked up. Here's the thing. So we going back to the Gucci shit. See, y'all niggas still gonna support that shit. I'm done. I'm Louis Vuitton Don. Understand that.
I don't support Louis Vuitton either.
I know, understand that. But what I'm saying is, you support things that are made by Louis Vuitton, like Hennessy. If y'all go check my post, y'all know all of the things that look. She's failed again with the phone. Life's not happening for you guys right now.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
It's so bad.
Oh man,
it's like sliding across. And I thought my case was sufficient.
So
is your case sufficient?
So that's the noose right there.
You better simmer. Fuck. Down.
So we Burberry's like also canceled the fuck out of here.
Burberry's
right with
canceled.
Gucci.
Now I didn't know I had to cancel Burberry, but they're canceled.
Yeah. So
and let me just say that what the I said on last week's episode. Wait a minute. What I said on last week's episode. It seems like the designers are out here on the last podcast. It wasn't last week, but on the last podcast,
maybe
that it seems like
over there where the computer. You know what? I don't know. I'm not even gonna suggest that because you might touch something with the.
It's not a touch
screen.
Okay.
Mac. All right.
Does Mac have touch screens?
No. I'm saying with the keys. I was worried about it falling and then throwing the whole podcast. Yeah, shut up.
Yo, the epic fails have been so real. But anyways, now that it's set up, where we can see everything. You guys are getting to hear this live, or not live, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, like I said on the last podcast, I digress. It seems like the designers are in a coalition at this point, and I'm going to call it a coalition, because that's what the fuck it is. This is an absolute movement to be disrespectful to people of color and joke to what is serious and not a joking matter. And it seems like you can now, nooses around the neck are not okay. And I'm not going to excuse it. I'm not going to bypass it. I'm not going to call it what it's not. It's racist. It's ignorant.
Okay.
It's faulty.
Very, very faulty. But here's the thing. So after removing it, trying to do a formal apology, they always got to do the clean-up apology.
Fuck your apology. Guess what? We know you're sorry, and that's why you did it.
And facts. So, but they do the same thing. They do the apology. Now they're gonna do a initiative for diversity. You know, they always try to throw in the diversity bag, throw some money at something, make it go away. But I think it was interesting on the Joe Budden podcast that was talking about outrage marketing, and I feel like that's an absolute fact. Like, these motherfuckers is now at this point saying, okay, so H&M had to do the smartest monkey in the jungle bullshit. And then Gucci turns around and does the blackface. And then they're like, well, you know what? Fuck that. We can top that. We'll do a noose. And then what's very clever is they always try to put a white person being the one wearing these things, but H&M, you know, they stepped out and they just put they found a thirsty black family that was down for that shit. So I think it's just one of those things where we have to continue to use our voices and our power. You know, they say, oh, we don't do nothing. No. If T.I. said cancel them niggas, and here's my thing that the flaw in T.I.'s plan. It shouldn't be 3 months. It shouldn't have to be a celebrity to say cancel. No. But I'm gonna tell you why it's good. You should know in
yourself that when you see a particular label put out a noose as an accessory.
That's a fact. But here's what I'm saying, Purrs. The same way that the reason why these are that we running around wearing this shit because the rappers is wearing it and endorsing the shit by them wearing it. I also want them to stand up and say, yo, fuck that. We ain't with it. I'm burning my Gucci shirt. I'm burning my fucking Gucci shit that I spent all this money on. You know, so I say the same thing. Keep that shit going. These motherfuckers want to play around with us and not act like the black dollar is not the most powerful dollar on the planet. Keep motherfucking going. And we're going to keep canceling y'all shit. My only thing with T.I. shit, it don't need to be no motherfucking 3 months. It's period. We don't need them. Let's keep endorsing and keep finding these black entrepreneurs that's making clothing brands, and let's start backing them. So let's keep that movement going. Let's start highlighting us and fuck a Black History Month. You notice we ain't posting nothing about that because I don't want them to dictate when I talk about us. It's Black History Year. Message. Y'all ain't gonna continue to eat off of us, but only try to give us 1 month to talk about us. And we're gonna keep that going now. We making history every day. New black businessmen and women.
We are history.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's just what the fuck the fact is. Like,
so anyway, that's Burberry. We've canceled them.
We know this without us.
That's a fact. Colin Kaepernick. Now I'll move straight into that. He just ended up settling a collusion case with the NFL. I've heard the State of the Union talk about it. I've heard about the news pundits talk about it. You know, shout out to Uncle Shay, Shannon Sharp. That's Uncle Shay. But but I've heard everyone talk about it, and this is my thing. They were colluding against him not to get a job in the NFL. That's what that was about. Don't y'all confuse him kneeling and taking a stop to saying, hey, it's not right that they slaughtering us in the streets like dogs. So I was just, shout out to my little brother Dante, shout out to the Saints basketball team out there. I just watched them play out in Wadsworth. I had a great time. I'm gonna go ahead and release some footage pretty soon in my We Ballin' video of that. But so shout out to my brother Dante. But they just thinking about, I was just shit, where was I? I was just off that. Thinking about the shit with Colin Kaepernick. Not confusing the fact that they blackballed him. Yeah, no, blame that on that cookie. But not confusing that they blackballed him from the league with what he was standing with us not wanting to be shot down like animals. So I'm keeping that movement going. I still don't fuck with the NFL. Now, some of y'all got a problem with him taking money. They said that the estimated money was between $80 million and $100 million.
Does not fuck. And let me just tell you something. I have jerseys. I'm talking about Mitchell and Ness. I got shoes, tennis shoes with Green Bay Packers logos. Fucking raw as fuck, right? Like, but I hoodies, t-shirt. It's ridiculous. I have not and will not purchase anything from the NFL. I will not watch any of your fucking games. until y'all get your fucking
and let's be clear
together.
Let's be clear. It's not. I'm gonna explain to y'all because I know a lot of y'all need a reason.
And an apology is insufficient.
I'm not
an apology, and I'm so tired of our people taking apologies.
No, we don't give a fuck about the apology. Okay, but hold on. Check this out. I want niggas to know exactly what I'm talking about. I keep hearing y'all say, "Oh, you boycotted the Super Bowl." Yeah, I boycotted the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm standing against the NFL. It's not just because I don't think sometimes it's fresh why we're doing what we're doing because we get fed so much media every day. I've
never not watched the Super Bowl.
Okay, but
was this the first year that you didn't watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, this is the first year.
This was the first year I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
I've always watched the Super Bowl.
Check this out. So I want y'all to note these things. Listen to what I'm saying very clear. This is why I don't fuck with the NFL. So aside of the fact that out of all 32 teams, there's not one single black owner.
Nope.
That's one. Number two, they have a very slave master plantation mentality.
Yep.
That's two. Number three, they don't take care of the people who put their bodies on the line before them.
Nope.
And these people don't have pensions. Their knees have been shot. The life expectancy of a football player is 65 years old. With the technology advancements we have, there's no reason why that should be the case. But it is the case because their bodies, they getting hit, the collisions, you're running into each other. Niggas is getting fucked up. And I think that they don't do a good job taking care of them, but they want to have them up here at the Canton Football Hall of Fame at ceremonies, which bring in millions of dollars. They don't treat the workers good. They set that shit up all year. You know what I mean? And then I think about all of the racist shit that comes out of the NFL, all of the shit that women go through being beat by NFL players, and it's being covered up, and that sick mentality, and them not really doing any shit, suspending them for 6 games, you know, or then hiring some women in there to try to save face. That's another reason. That's number 4 why I don't fuck with them. Yep. Then the Colin Kaepernick shit, when he kneeled, I didn't stand up. The reason why I brought up my brother's game earlier, when they brought up the national anthem, I sat down. I'm sitting down with my son. We're not standing for that shit because they still haven't put in policies to stop us from being murdered in the motherfucking street. They not making body cams mandatory for every unit, and the federal government's not investing in putting in funds to make sure that every police unit, every officer that's on the street has a body cam. So no, I'm not standing for that shit. This country, yes, I was born in here. I don't know if this is the greatest country on the earth. So I'm not, you can't be black, you can't be pro-black and a patriot. That shit niggas need to know. Y'all niggas talking about, I'm a proud black American. America was not built for us. It was built by us, but it wasn't built for us. It's a lot of shit that's fucked up in society right now, and y'all be sitting there backing that dumb shit, getting y'all's best outfits done on the 4th of July every year, spending money to celebrate a day we was in motherfucking cages and chains. But y'all don't know the day to celebrate the day that we was actually free, allowed to be civilians. So that's my thing when I say no, I don't stand for that shit, and I apologize for going off topic, but that's just to say Colin Kaepernick, what he did was amazing, and I stand for him, and he should have got paid that money because they kept him out of the NFL, and his next contract he would have made $80-100 million being a top echelon quarterback anyway.
And then he made it to the Super Bowl.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, they kept him out of the league. They should have gave him that money. That don't have nothing to do with the fact that he protested and he kneeled and had others kneel, and the NFL didn't want to see that shit because they was more worried about investment dollars than us being shot in the motherfucking street like animals.
Period.
All right. But so that's enough of that. Now, speaking of nastiness, Rkelly, what the fuck, my G?
Nasty nigga. He's a nasty nigga.
If you've been under a rock or you've waken up from a coma, there was an Rkelly, Surviving Rkelly documentary. And
who hasn't seen it?
I still have not watched it. I'm not going to hold y'all up. I've seen clips of it. Yeah, I've seen clips of it. But I've not sat down and watched. Yeah, I've not sat down and watched it. That's what I mean. I've seen clips of it.
But I've seen the episodes.
But we know he was a creepy boogeyman, nasty monster. Because that's what's under. That's waiting for the kids under the bed. Listen, when he was married and engaged to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah, and it caused that friction between her and her family. Because he was trying to get his way then and exploit her being an up-and-coming star, you knew he was a nasty monster. And I was young back then. We was kids. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. I knew, I loved Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? And I knew Rkelly was that nigga at every cookout. People is playing Aaliyah. My mom, everybody loved Rkelly. That's all I knew as a kid. But when you seen the sex tape, I'm still a kid, and I'm like, yo, this shit is nasty. It's nasty sauce. So I'm like, we still let that go. He did I Believe I Can Fly. Niggas forgave him. He dropped the Chocolate Factory so he could start back talking nasty again. And Loveland dropped. It was the shit. And we was back to rocking. Series. Oh, yeah. The In the Closet series. Usher knew he was nasty when he made Same Girl. They shot the video about being with the same girl.
It wasn't the same girl. They were twins.
Okay, but I'm just saying. I'm saying when they thought they was messing with the same girl, Usher was cool with it.
They were twins.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying we've been excusing this behavior for years, and now new tapes have come out. I guess they've got them. We won't see these.
What is the statute of limitations on bootlegging?
I don't know. I don't know. What the fuck was that guy?
Because I've never paid for any R. Kelly shit. I haven't been supporting his music.
Okay, but listen, even that though. We continue with his music to give him light to the point where you have women who are that are calling in and posting his bail. Now, let me get to
my Jay-Z. I had this Chinese girl. I had to leave her quick because she kept bootlegging my shit.
Look, okay.
What the fuck was that?
So she's definitely right. Listen. So R. Kelly gets arrested. We seen the surviving R. Kelly shit come out. We knew that they was going to be on his ass extra tough now because everybody's watching it across America. Well, they finally get an indictment. The women come forward, and they find tapes. This nigga gets arrested on Thursday. He turns himself in. On Friday, he gets arraigned or whatever. He has no money for bond.
Cannot post his bail.
He also does not have the $169,000 in back child support. Now, aside from R. Kelly being a nasty monster for a minute, I will say when I looked this up, $20,000 to $30,000, this may be just me being a man, is a lot for child support. I'm not going to hold y'all. I understand that, you was with R. Kelly shooting in the gym and all of that shit, but $30,000, I heard the same thing with Diddy and The Game, all these other different artists. When you have...
They base it off your income.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right though.
That's still a lot of money.
I don't know. $30,000? What do you need? What does my child need? And then it be for one child.
I don't know what kind of. And I don't know what kind of schools they go to.
I don't give a fuck about. Hey, I'll pay for the school. I've been paying for the school. I'm saying $30,000 a month is a brand new Kia every month. So you literally could be funding somebody's Kia every month that they selling and flipping a Kia, and you're now funding them for the rest of their life. And your child might still be walking around in the clothes that you still buy him because he's got everything he could possibly want under the earth. I don't know. That's a subject for another day. But I'll say he couldn't afford, he was back child support and that. But listen how nasty this is, y'all. So how R. Kelly has posted bail after, Monday, he does get out. 10 counts of, 10 counts of child sexual misconduct. A businesswoman from Chicago, Valencia P. Love, bails him out with $100,000. I want y'all to think about that. She's a black businesswoman from Chicago, and she claims that y'all don't know his story. What about the priest out there that's touching babies and kids and 3 and 4-year-olds? Let him come out and fight his case. We don't know. You weren't there. I weren't there.
I weren't there.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe she didn't say I weren't there. Maybe she said I wasn't.
I weren't there.
I weren't there. Well, I'll make sure I fuck myself up on the edits for that. But listen, the fact that a black woman bailed out R. Kelly shows y'all the sickness in people. It's crazy. Black women have been keeping R. Kelly alive now for far too long.
We're not going to bash black women here.
No. We're not bashing y'all. But we still have to keep acceptance. We got to take responsibility where it's due. If black women cancel his music...
I will not stand by and agree with any of the so-called fans.
Yes.
And craziness that called in and tried to post his bail.
They tried to call and post his bail. That's
nuts.
Disgusting, yo.
It is.
Like,
I just don't get it.
Even if he, like, let's say in a miracle.
What I will not do also is excuse any of the lack of parentage that happened and all of the fuck shit that has occurred in all of the episodes that I have, the clips that I have seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very crazy. I just think
put trust in a person because, well, they have XYZ amount of money and so many Grammys.
Yeah, but so what? You got to start saying, yo, he's a nasty monster. Listen, I have all of R. Kelly's music. He is a nasty boogie monster under the bed. And I'm not rocking with him. But listen, this trial that's going to be set for all of this, we all going to tune into this shit because it's going to be more people coming forward and more people coming forward.
I will not. No, we will not.
I guarantee you some of the shit that's coming out, niggas is going to be.
I will watch some clips.
The Breakfast Club, everyone's going to be tuned in.
I will watch some clips though, I'm not going to lie.
And what the fuck was up with that blue bubble jacket that my nigga had on? Like, why did you think that was the jacket to turn yourself in? And like he looked crazy. He looked a beady-eyed, crazy sex monster. So okay, so let's keep going. Let's not just excuse him. The Robert Nastiness continues. Robert Kraft, a 77-year-old man.
Nasty nigga. He's a nasty nigga.
Crafty Bobby.
The owner of the Patriots.
Crafty Bobby.
He gets caught going to a spa. So he went the day of the AFC Championship game. He went and that day he got some Love Me Long Time head.
Can I just say what?
And a hand job.
What kind of world do we live in where a billionaire can't get a good blowjob?
But tell me, hold on.
Everyone knowing that you are a Crafty Bobby in Kraft time.
Why was it $179 special though that he got with the special?
And that's why he's a
How
billionaire.
did he get the special
and that's why he's
off?
A billionaire.
No, but you can't do that. You can't be a billionaire.
He got the full rub down.
And then look, for y'all who don't know Robert Kraft, if you Google him,
what's the massage with the special oil?
The Naru massage. I know
Naru.
That. Yeah. But listen, check it out. But listen, check this out. Listen, you see how quiet I am?
Look.
Listen. But no.
The Naru massage.
Here's
that's
the
a
thing.
Good deal, I feel like.
No, but here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you how he got caught.
How many hours is that?
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Let me let them know. Let me tell them. Let me set up the story so they know what happened. So he pulls up. The authority said he pulled up in a bright blue 2015 Bentley coupe, chauffeured twice. Pulls up. Okay.
When you pull up in a coupe with a chauffeur.
No. Guess the time, y'all. 11 a.m. in the morning to get it. So he got it. This is starting off the day for Crafty. Thirsty nigga.
No, this is right before lunchtime.
So listen. So he's
about to have a lunch meeting.
The report was he get caught a second time. They got the whole building under surveillance because they was cracking down on human trafficking, which is terrible. Well, I never want human trafficking, people being brought over here under force and threatened, and they had to live in the spa, could only leave being escorted. It's nasty. I don't know if he knew that was going on, but whatever. He sit there, he comes back, they say. Listen how petty the feds is. They said after he left, he came back 19 hours later where he's seen again after they won the AFC Championship and are going to the Super Bowl. My nigga Crafty Bobby comes back again.
Is there a shift change in the 19 hours?
I don't know.
Is it a new shift in the 19? If you go 19 hours later.
But he faces a year in prison.
New shift there.
He faces a $5,000 fine. The NFL might have him. I don't know if they're gonna ask him to sell the Patriots. They probably won't. He's very powerful, and he does. Yeah. He's very outspoken with his donations as being worth $6 billion. He helped Meek get out of prison. The rappers actually have bought him like championship chains. He doesn't wear. He's 77. His wife died about 4 years ago.
Oh, and he's not married?
Yeah, his wife died.
Here's my problem.
I know,
with this entire situation. I wouldn't have a problem with any of this. None of it. You're not married. Your wife passed away. You're old. You got a lot of money. You want it yanked.
Yeah.
You're paying $180 for.
And he gave $100 tip.
You get good tipper.
Good tipper. Yo,
20% tips on the, you know what I'm saying? 100.
Good tipper.
Tip. Get it? Tip.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, listen. I digress. As I digress.
Shout out to Perp Grizz.
You go in, but here's the problem. Seriously.
Go ahead.
The particular spa, day spa, if you will, that he was patronizing, whatever.
Go ahead.
Was known for
human sex trafficking.
I'm
trying to help you. Yeah, okay. So I know, but that is the thing. That's the nastiest part about all of this. And I pray that everybody gets back either home or gets set up here and able to start their lives the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because that's fucked up.
Okay.
Like, now, if they were there because that's what they chose to do and that's they wanted to yank on.
Okay, we jump in because we staying here too long. Look, so I want to talk about some quick shit, but still nasty. Was Pope Francis? Yeah, Pope Francis issues a child protection abuse policy to prevent sexual abuse, and all of the the priesthood. I don't know what you call it.
This is the day late, dollar short section of the This Might Be Going Nowhere podcast.
Yeah.
Day late and dollar short.
So section. that's definitely so. I just want to give you all that, and I also want to say Fabulous takes a plea deal. Now, this one with the Jussie Smollett shit, which we're going to get to. We're going to kill Jussie, trust me. But the Fabulous takes a plea deal. Remember the domestic violence shit? That happened, and he took a plea deal to avoid jail, and he'll take a course for DV and probation. Now, here's the thing with that. We kill niggas for domestic violence. But Fabulous is somebody that we don't normally see as like aggressive or repeat type offender. He doesn't give you those vibes. So, Emily is, but they still together. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that was a one-time thing, but I don't ever fucking excuse nobody putting their hands on a woman.
It should be a no-time thing.
So,
let's start there.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, I'm saying with him, I'm praying that's not they usual. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, get the fuck out of there, and I don't give a fuck how dope you rock, bro. I'm not rocking. So that's one thing. Especially speaking of the NBA young boys arrested again. They're trying to get this nigga under the building. He keeps putting his hands on his girlfriend. That's another young nigga I'm not celebrating. And he's on probation right now for an attempted murder charge on some other shit he was caught with. He's a young nigga. But
why do a crime and then rap about it? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Other news. Tyga took a L at Floyd Mayweather's party. This is what you get for being at Floyd Mayweather's party anyway. Nobody's mentioning that shit.
Tiger?
Like, you should have...
Who went to his party? Why'd you go to his party?
Yeah, we ain't fucking with Floyd. We canceled that nigga too.
Really?
What? Floyd's party? And I know a lot of you niggas was there anyway, but I would have not went, even if I had that type of glow to be invited to some shit like that. But I guess Tyga got picked up off his feet and carried out, and I was like, yo, that's wild. Y'all got to check the video out on that. That looks crazy. Then he tries to grab his security dude's gun. One of his security dudes with him, but didn't help him not get picked up off his feet and carried out the club. That's wild to me. Okay. And I want to say rest in peace to Precious Harris. That's T.I.'s sister, his oldest sister. She died in a car accident. And
rest in peace.
Yeah, I just want to send our prayers to the Harris family and everybody. So rest in peace to Precious Harris. Here's some other shit I wanted to get into. HBO is being sued over the Michael Jackson documentary. Two of the people who are in the documentary were people who, under oath, said nothing ever happened, and now they're back. So they may have settled for money then, and now they're getting money out of this documentary. You tried to claim that they're not being paid. We don't believe that. Yeah, HBO, you're definitely taking an L for that one. They don't even have anything for Michael Jackson's people because, of course, they're taking no part in it, which they shouldn't. So there's that. What else? Okay, so here's
shame on you, HBO.
Here's what I wanted to get into also in a bit of nastiness in the news. This will probably sum it up for us, but YNW Melly. Now, if y'all are not familiar, he has a song. Let's see if we can find this song. It's called Murder on My Mind.
Yeah. So, again, with the original, we're just going to go back to the question as to why do a crime and rap about it.
Okay, now, to be fair, this song came out 16 months before the murder of his two friends.
Why rap about a crime and then do it?
That is a much better version. Now, this is what happened. He was arrested for dispersing a weapon near a school at some students at the school. No one was hit, and while he was charged with a couple charges while he was in jail, he wrote this song. Murder.
He was charged with a couple charges.
Yeah, he was charged with a couple charges. He caught. I think one of them charged with a couple charges.
That's
crazy. Yeah, we got to kill me for that. But one of them.
But I mean, he was charged. I mean, it is. He was charged with some charges.
But so this is the song, but he wrote this while he was in jail, and this song ended up really blowing up for him. But anyway, aside from that, fast forward a little bit. I watched the video for this. Very trash. I get the melodic bounce to it, but this isn't dope. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't know where the melodic bounce
but we gon'
in this.
No, we gon' no, I heard wait till the hook come on. It's the hook. I know what the hook sounds like. But anyway, aside from that, so then I guess all of a sudden in October, two of the friends, they end up Sack Chaser, YMW Sack Chaser, and YMW, they was 19 and 21. They end up getting shot in a drive-by shooting. They took them to the hospital, and where they were pronounced dead. Well, come to find out, the police said the forensics says everything points to YMW Melly, and then
it wasn't really a drive-by.
Right.
They set it up to make it look like a drive-by.
And YMW Bortland, the other one, and we were all wondering, well, why in the fuck would you kill your bros? Y'all now up. Y'all making money now. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Why would y'all arrest them for this murder if y'all can't figure out who did it? But then we find out that, and there was another shooting that they think that these artists were at, you know, these young black men, they were at, where it was a random shooting and a police officer, a deputy, was shot and killed in random gunshot. Like they were shooting around and somebody got shot. And they said that they believe and have evidence that they were there at the time, and it may have been one of these two that did it. Then when you say it like that, it's like, all right, well, this might be kind of making sense now. If niggas was talking about, yo, they on us for this, you know, we might have to come forward and now, but that's crazy. If that's what happened, bro, you are sick. You are sick to pull some Jussie Smollett shit and try to stage some shit and have your niggas killed and rush to the hospital. That's crazy. But
you know what? I don't even. You know what? Let's just get to the smell of it all.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's correct. Now, Jussie. Smell it. I can smell it in the air. Lies and deceit.
Listen, let me tell you something. You're a liar.
So, of course, if y'all don't know, if you've been in an even longer coma, then Jussie Smollett has, or you've been under a bigger rock, the actor from...
Is an actor.
Yes, from, what is that?
Not only does he act on Empire, but he also acts in real life, and he features as the gay Tupac. Yes, the gay Tupac.
Miss me with that gay shit, nigga. Fuck out of here. Fuck you, me. Which is crazy to me. But anyway, I don't
think the gays were happy with that reference either. Let's be honest.
To call yourself the gay Tupac, sir. What the fuck is wrong with you?
First of all, let me just start where it was a stretch when I thought it was the truth, and I didn't think it was the truth when he said it. However, but even if it had been the truth when he said it was, I was like, where does that make you the gay Tupac?
I do not fucking know. But I think that it's crazy that you would call. And then when he said, before the show, he went to a show and said, my doctors cleared me to be up here. You know, no, my ribs weren't broken. They're bruised. But I'm still standing. I'm still strong.
Like he's Bob Marley.
And I fought them niggas.
Like, dude, you didn't get shot. Then come back up on stage.
Didn't we see these Nigerian niggas that you hired, one of them being your trainer and his brother, and you're like,
you had your salmon for breakfast, bro. I don't want to put this noose on you for nothing.
Listen, and why would you have Nigerians to be supporters wearing the MAGA hat? What the fuck is wrong with you, Jesse? Then you had these niggas go get all of the supplies at the same place on camera. Another fucking loss. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? And then there was a check written. Now we're saying that the check was for dietary. But that sounds like a good cover up.
That is expensive.
I wish that you would have used that type of cover up, my nigga, in the actual act while you were doing this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Why was I listening to the Button podcast and they were like, yo, they after doing arts and crafts with your friends? I was like,
oh shit, yeah, arts and crafts. That was hilarious. Shout out to Ma and Rory and
oh my gosh,
that shit was hilarious. But yeah, and then now he's facing charges against this. He's still fighting it. Said he ain't did nothing, and it's like
I would go with the lie too. I'm going.
You gotta stick
to the lie.
You gotta stick to the lie
at this point.
Yeah, you gotta go with it
because now you're facing charges. So you either go with the lie until they can completely prove that.
But
they
ain't gonna do. They kicked him off the show. The last two episodes. They kicked him off the show. No, I've been kicked off the show for the last two seasons. I don't know what's going on now, but yeah, the last two episodes of the season.
We're the worst. What's happening on Empire? I don't know. Who knows?
But yeah, so and he hired a
bodyguard.
No. I'm trying to think of the agency.
Psychological.
No, it's like when you go. It's like when shit is fucked up. I forget what they call these agencies, but it's like a crisis management agency. Yes.
Oh, that's like a
So when like you get caught in a scandal, and you've been caught in a scandal, sir. We've canceled you.
What do they call that?
We've canceled you. How do you be able to sing and act and dance, but because of pay, you're willing to make motherfuckers who really go through shit every day, being black, gay, or both, fucking have to now looked at as liars every time they have to report something because you was that thirsty for clout and to try to get a better pay on a show in which you're one of the lead characters on.
What?
Let's cancel this nigga forever.
Made you decide? What said? You know what? You should put a noose around me.
On the way to Subway. What the fuck are you thinking about, bruh? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's bow our heads and pray. But yeah, so Jesse Smollett, you are canceled, sir.
Lame.
So I want to talk about some music reviews. We both got a chance to watch the Triple X Sauce video, the cartoon Drew one. That one was dropped on his mom's birthday. I think it's dope that rest in peace XXXTentacion. I do think it's dope that they continue to give music, to help build that estate and for his supporters out there, who miss him. I think that's dope. I would want niggas to put out music for me after I die. I think I gotta work on like a pack.
I would want people to put out music for me when I die.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
I would want, just some other shit and just be like, yo.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on like my pack, my promiscuous.
Or like even like video footage of just whatever. Like that would be dope.
I'm gonna have a whole EP. I'm gonna have a whole EP for you niggas.
Well, shut up.
So I'm just saying. I'm just
Nobody wants to watch that.
But yes, the video was dope. It was, it's something that felt like X would have actually like hired somebody to actually like draw to help one of his fans.
It looked like they took drawings from like different artists and put those together. Like they took, like they said, it looked like they took like 7 different cartoonists versions and said, you make an entire video to this, and then they put it all together.
Yeah, and then so that was a dope video. Meek Mill's and Drake's video Breaking Bad.
Say what?
Very dope video. I said Breaking Bad. What the fuck?
Where?
Going Bad.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's
but yes, that video was dope. I did like how they had a lot of people meeting together. Everybody suited up.
Who's fried?
You know what I'm saying? It was a fire video. The car accident collision when they betting they watches and shit on it. And you got their crews there. It's
I
like
thought that was
they
sick.
all kind of made
the
up.
slow motion car crash.
Yeah, facts.
All
like
that.
the effects
That's
was
right
fire.
up my alley.
I like how they ended it with the lion roar at the end. Like it just felt like, it felt. If I say this, Drake did a good job of. It felt like, yo, we back together. This my man's joint. I'm featured. I'm heavy on the hook, but this my man. Let me launch him off right. Even though we both got both our crews here, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you be alpha right now and rock out, and I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? Even though in the video,
that's
we
my
equal.
thing. Like we should all, as a people, everybody should have a time to shine. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be mad at nobody else's time on the clock. So
yeah. Another video, Shea Butter Baby with Ari Lennox and J. Cole. Now I must be honest. I was not particularly feeling this song crazy.
Yo, really?
I thought the song is cool. I think it's a nice, needed sound.
I fucks with it so hard.
But it's a solid 6.5 to me out of 10. Maybe 7. I might be a little. But the video also terrible. I did not like it either. And shout out to Cole. I just did not fuck with the video. I know it's weird.
Yo, you're not Shea Butter Baby.
Listen,
you don't know about fucking under the sheets.
I love them though. Shout out to all of y'all out there. I love y'all. Beautiful coated queens out there. Shout out to my chocolate queens. But no, listen. On a serious note, I just did not. I thought the video was. It was shot well, but I just didn't like it.
I love
and
the song.
Cool.
It's totally
the song is cool.
I love the song.
It's a 7. It's not a 6.5. It's a 7.
I'll give it a strong 8.5.
Yeah, that's cool. Music review. I got one. This is mine. I want a big fucking shout out to A Boogie and the Hoodie. Hoodie season is my shit.
I have loved A Boogie and the Hoodie since.
Yeah.
What was that? When he had the underwater.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I rocked with A Boogie with a hoodie.
He got.
And then I liked the song, and then I was like, "That's not his name." And I was like, "It's a Boogie," and they're like, "No, it's A Boogie."
It's
and I was
A
like,
Boogie
"What?" So I super respect that.
Yeah, but shout out to him. You know, I would definitely like a feature with you, King. Like that's on my promo shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit happen.
Speaking of features, Lady Leisure, Nicki Lynette, holla at me. Holla.
Facts. But yeah, I like Voices in My Head. I like Star Tender. I like Swerving, even though Tekashi Snitch 9 is on there. That's my shit. You know.
I'm not fucking with it just because Tekashi Snitch 9 is on there.
Yeah. I do fuck with this. I do fuck with Demons and Angels. This is my shit. It's a nice vibe for me.
So you're slick as fuck with the words, dude. It's not even funny. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's like it definitely has my type of vibe to it. You know, because I be in those dark zones, man. And I like moving around in those dark grayish zones. So yeah, so I fuck with that. I'm gonna let it play. Shout out to Juice WRLD. I shouted you out before. I would like a feature there too. That's another one I like. Cause it's like the second song, so I'm kind of just really rocking it. Yeah. Loves, Drugs, and Sex. This is cool too.
Savage is dope.
This is my favorite song on the project, Skeezers. That's also my shit. And then I do like Savage. But just shout out to A Boogie. It's definitely a dope project. You know, we'll go ahead and let Demons and Angels rock for a minute. So time for one of my favorite segments, and that is throwbacks to go back to. You feel me? Throwbacks. Purse, I'll let you start. What's yours?
Mine is one of my absolute favorites, and it is Man with the Iron Fists. Always music, all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, RZA was in this.
Oh, it's facts. Fire. The fight scenes in there were great, and it gave me that Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sound effects, they felt natural and dope. Like, that is a great pick.
Lucy Liu, I mean, just absolutely insane.
Now, mine, y'all are going to laugh when I tell y'all mine. I'm going to tell y'all why in a second. Don't kill me yet, audience. So, my throwback to go back to is going to be Idlewild.
Oh, that was my shit.
Now, this is why I'm going to get killed. I've never seen this movie. I've only seen maybe about 15 to 20 minutes worth of clips of this movie.
Shut the fuck
I've tried to download this movie illegally so long. So many times in the past, so long ago. You've really never seen Idlewild? So long.
So it really is your throwback to go back to.
So I also will find this movie. If I have to pay for it, I'll pay for it because I like to support them. Shout out to Andre 3000. I love the beautiful costumes. They had that Roaring 20s and Southern though swang to it. The musical tight scenes I was watching, I'm like, damn. But I was over somebody's house.
On the Flask, man. Oh my god.
I will check that out, y'all. So those are definitely our throwbacks to go back to. Okay, flicks and shows. I want to talk about Snowfall, one of the dopest shows. Oh my gosh. Season 3, what the fuck?
Where is it?
I'm thirsty.
I am so
great show. If y'all get a chance,
ready for season
get
3.
on Netflix, check out Snowfall season 1 and 2.
Oh my gosh, I'm ready for season 3.
Gotham is great. Gotham is my shit. If y'all get a chance, go back, binge watch Gotham. It's got even better. I went back, I was like a season or 2 back. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. But it's a site called Prime Wire. Check that shit out. If you can't, if y'all like, I'm trying to figure out how to I just put y'all in tune. So, so shout out to Gotham. I like that. Stranger Things season 3. I cannot wait for that to come.
Yo, can I be honest right here in this moment?
What?
Never seen season 2 or 1.
Oh, you gotta check out Stranger Things. It's really good. I cannot wait. I am definitely with y'all niggas. This has to be seen. Black Mirror. Never seen it, but I'm going to check it out.
I've checked out a couple episodes. It's like honestly, it's a mix between, like, for the old heads. Okay. It's a mix between Outer Limits and it's a mix between Outer Limits and
my uncle and my grandmother.
What's the other?
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Yeah, my uncle and my grandmother got me hip to those. Those was before my time, but I love those shows. Very creative.
So that's Black Mirror.
Yeah, and let me see. I checked out Russian Doll, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was not fucking with Russian Doll at all. I thought I'd like it. It has one of the girls from Orange is the New Black in it. I do like the Russian dolls where there's a lot of smaller dolls inside of the one bigger doll. But she dies a bunch of times, and she's trying to figure out why she keeps dying. I couldn't even get to that point. Sounds like Happy Death Day. I couldn't even get to a point. Whatever. Punisher is one of the best shows I've seen literally in the last 5 to 7 years. It has an amazing cast. I like the grittiness of it. It's cut from that same cloth as the Daredevil and Luke Cage. Also one of my favorite shows. I didn't watch either of those. Oh my gosh. If y'all get a chance to go out there, start with season 1 of the Punisher. I tried to like it, especially Luke Cage, and I didn't.
So
shout out to Broski. She's definitely hip to the Punisher.
Sorry if I've disappointed anyone. But
no, but it's fire. If y'all get a chance, check them out. They canceled it, and this is a bigger topic that I wanted to talk about with them canceling, because they also canceled Luke Cage and the Punisher. I know y'all wondering why are they canceling these shows that are extremely successful, that are really good.
And my fuck bucket remaineth dry.
The reason why they're doing that is because Disney, who owns Marvel now, is taking all of their content, and they've thought, damn, we've been letting Netflix get off so long on our content from these new superhero adult shows. That's a market now that we've not been capitalizing off of it. So I think they're going to be, mark my words, y'all, I believe there'll be a new subscription service coming out soon, and it'll just be like Marvel, and it'll have these shows in them, and they're going to start shooting them all and putting them all back, bringing all of these shows back. So I would not fret, y'all. These shows will be back. Okay, random.
That's really interesting that you would call that, and I'm curious to see. Even though I don't care to watch the shows, I am curious to see if there's going to be a new streaming service with those shows like remade.
Yeah, because it's not any...
Or continued.
I think that's what they're going to do, because there's not any... There's not. I'm curious to know who's shooting the production. Does Netflix shoot these, or has Disney been shooting these all themselves and they're just giving them to Netflix to put onto their channel? If that's the case, because you have to have a contract. So once these shows' contract is up, it's like, oh yeah, don't worry about us ordering another season. We're canceling. We're taking our rights from it anyway. And I think that's what's really going on. But random. Selling your soul in an interview. Now, I bring up this topic because I was talking with someone else, and it led to another discussion that I ended up having in one of my group chats. And we were talking about the fact that when you have to sell yourself, and it feels like you're selling your soul. And I'll just bring up just my thought process, and y'all say, if y'all feel like this is right. And Purge, I know you'll be able to kind of understand that as well. But it's like when you go into somewhere, especially when you're a person of color going into somewhere being interviewed by a white person, usually now two white people, because they like to do the guerrilla tactic to have two people in there, one to ask you questions and another one to take notes, so they can both look at all of your actions. And I want y'all to think about a couple of things when you go to an interview usually by one company where a person is not your background, or you're being interviewed by, a company filled with men, and you're a woman going in there, you're being interviewed by men, and you're just feeling pressurized. Think about this. It's set up for y'all to feel that way. So you are at will. You can quit. They can fire you at any time. But if you think about it, a job, your duties and tasks could change at any moment. They'll ask you to adapt to that. But they ask you right from the jump before you even take the job, hey, do you know if anything's coming up in the next so many months that would affect your ability to be able to work? Now, if you're still grinding, let's say maybe you're still living out one of your dreams, or you got another business that you do, a side business, a hobby that you do, you may have to mumble that just because you want the job. But even if it's not the case and you don't know what dates you could be, they want to know that now. But they won't tell you, hey, just to let you know, if your duties end up being more than what you've signed up for, we guarantee we're going to increase your pay, or we're going to give you more off days because you've had to do that. It's a very the power is always shifted in the interview. You having to be your best self. They ask you crazy questions, and you having to match stuff, and they tell you to answer openly. Translation: lie like a motherfucker. Make sure it's the best sounding answer. They don't want you to put, oh yeah, if you see,
we can believe it.
Yeah, if you see a coworker take some company property, would you be against? You got to put strongly against, because if you put strongly, you strongly agree or strongly disagree, and you're like, oh, you strongly agree with their actions, they're not going to hire you. Or would you care to tell? They want you to snitch. You got to pull a Tekashi. They're going to want you to know that. And that's my thing with these job interviews. You got to put on, even if the job doesn't require you, if it's a casual dress job, you can wear jeans, a T-shirt, or jeans and a button-up, whatever. You come in a suit and a tie because that's what society makes you, is taught us is most professional. You could be the smartest fucking person in the world, but if you don't show up in a tie or a suit or, you know, a nice blouse, they don't want to take you serious, a nice dress. But guess what? I've seen a lot of people in dresses and suits and ties do the most disgusting things on the planet, my G. But that's the way that we've been brainwashed.
Crafty Bobby.
Yeah. So just think about that in your interviews. Be, you know, still dress appropriately if you're trying to get the job. I don't knock anyone doing that. But be open. If there's something coming up, let them know that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to always say, hey, whether you hire me or not, I wanted you to hire me because you feel like I could be an asset, not because I'm ready to slave labor and do overtime and show up every day and not suppress anything else that I do. Be hired for being you. So that's all that was. Resurrect 1. The resurrection. I wanted, very excited. Pers is definitely looking at Resurrect 1 and is thinking about her options. But this will be a very special with all of the disgusting nastiness. I wanted to do a special Soul Sisters edition of Resurrect 1 just for those powerful women that have helped create this beautiful culture that we all are a part of. So we have a very special Resurrect 1, my favorite segment of the podcast, actually.
I'm so excited.
Is where you get to pick, for all of our new listeners, you get to pick someone's career. That person career is back, fully popping, having an effect on the culture, and the other two remain where they may be at. So, all of those playing at home, make sure y'all add us, tweet us, and let us know what you think. Here are the 3 choices, Pers.
Here are my 3 choices.
And they are Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, and Macy Gray. Again, everyone, that is Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, and Macy Gray.
Macy Gray.
And drum roll, please. Your choice is
the obvious choice. Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu. I cannot be mad at that. Go ahead and let them know why that would be the obvious choice.
Seriously. I mean, like, okay, so
here,
I'm going to just go as to why Erykah Badu and not as to why not the other 2 choices. But Erykah Badu is dope as fuck. I've always liked her music. I feel like the younger generation would super benefit from just just Baduism, man. And it's just the vibe, the energy, the sound, the harmonies, the bass drums, the sounds, it's just insane.
It is.
So I just feel like right now for her to be like revitalized would just be like super dope. Just amazing. Overall. So everybody would enjoy. So
my choice is going to be and that's going to be Lauryn Hill. I all respect, Erykah Badu probably would have been my second choice.
No shade to Macy.
But and definitely no shade to Macy Gray. Your voice, you've also had an impact on singers like Adele and other singers. I try to say goodbye and that joke. Yeah. I mean, just we know your place. But Lauryn Hill for me is just, you know, that's an artist I want to do a song with. That's somebody, when I watched Sister Act as a kid, I'm like, yo.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, dude.
Are we talking about one of the greatest albums in hip-hop history? She is what I said, the perfect version. When I say this, it'll sound away. But listen, Erykah Badu is the first version and the most perfect version of purist of Drake before Drake. We give a lot of credit to Kanye West, I do, and Joe Budden. If y'all not up on those 2 sound 808s and all of Joe Budden's mood music projects, you'll understand where Drake got a lot of his comfort of being able to just reflect. I'm a student in that too in my music, just being able to reflect and be me. If you dope at what you do, you can just make anything in your own life and you can humiliate yourself, you know, and self-deprecate. That's something Drake picked up from them. But if I'm to be clear with the rapping and singing on a project from that aspect, Lauryn Hill is the original of that and the best to have done that on a project. I mean, that from the X Factor to You Two, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, The Sweetest Thing, every song on that motherfucking project is fire. Even the interludes. So that's who I would pick. Shout out to Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, and Macy Gray. And that was
Super shouts out.
Resurrect 1.
Step out of the tomb. In all power. The resurrection.
And the message. The message that I wanted to leave off for today is what we're conditioned for. And I bring up this example. I didn't really have a lot wrote in the outline because I knew I'd be able to kind of freestyle it.
And always fuck the outline.
There you go. That's the hashtag fuck the outline movement. But if I was to be clear in what this means to me is when we're conditioned for it. So I have a daughter. Shout out to my beautiful, beautiful baby girl, Zaya. And
shout out to my gorgeous daughter, Hunter.
Shouts out to Hunter and Zaya. But she's in school. And now I don't know if y'all know this, if y'all are parents, not soon to be, whatever, but you can no longer just go to their school, pop up and visit. See, when we were kids, you would have never been able to tell our parents that we can't go into the school whenever we need to, whether it be to pop up and bring snacks for the entire class, because in my case, I was fucking up and you gonna come surprise me and sit in class during class to see if I got that same energy, or if it was to come see a teacher and get a little bit of clarity on some shit. Whatever it was, a parent was very known to pop up. And it was just expected. But as we think about now what happens.
Because as soon as you seen somebody that wasn't a teacher, everybody was asking, whose mom or daddy is that?
Right, and you could always tell because that nigga was sitting up straight with a pencil in hand, looking straight motherfucking ahead.
Super focused. But, calculating some shit.
But yeah, but now we see a parent come in to school on a Facebook live feed and the SWAT team is outside because a parent is inside with a gun, or a parent jumps on a teacher and beats them and brings a weapon into school. They lock it down. We don't even question it anymore. Newsflash, motherfuckers. Parents have been coming to schools with guns since way before now. The difference is, while I do like a lot of where we are going with technology and so forth, a lot of things that we see it, and we quickly give away our freedoms or our rights or just a way of doing things because we're scared and we're terrified of the situation. And because that situation now that may have happened in Akron, Ohio, or Gary, Indiana, or Saginaw, Michigan, or some town in Phoenix, because now it can get Facebook likes and shares, it becomes national news, and we put in these ordinances without even thinking about it. I say if a parent just came in with a gun, you treat it just like anybody else coming in with a gun. They will be arrested. They will be banned from the school. You take away their rights to be able to ever do that with their kid, but you don't hold everyone else accountable for that. Now,
for one person's action.
Now, if with the shootings in New Haven and all of that, yeah, I understand all of that shit, but guess what? That wasn't a parent that came up to the school. That was an ex-student that came up to the school. And I could go through a ton of scenarios where the students are actually doing the shootings and mass killings and not a parent. So I think that...
Or a ton of scenarios that were advertised as mass shootings.
Yeah, and I think that I think that in today's time, we're so sensitive when something like that happens, and it does happen, and it is sad that maybe more of them happen because now people are more enticed because they can become a martyr for whatever sick cause they got in their head, or they can become a scary boogie monster and become a legend. And yeah, it may make a few act out more, but people have been doing this shit.
But also, you know what? Watch what it is that you consume. Because I was reading a study and it said that basically now, because of social media and the amount of global information that we have access to, that we're exposed to more pain in one day than we would normally experience in a lifetime.
I can believe a great deal of parts of that.
So if you choose to expose yourself to that level of, whatever, I mean, you just got to.
And I do, and I think that's what I say. We condition ourselves for this stuff when we watch a bunch of fights and videos.
And it's not to say that duck your head in the sand either.
Yeah, but it's like you can't.
And I'm a fight video watcher, but I do minimize the amount of time that I spend watching fight videos.
It's for one, it's unhealthy energy. It's not going nowhere. And then for another thing is you're sharing your view and saying that this is what I want to watch. And I think I think that's but just the view of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't even view a Trump ad. I won't view none of the NFL shit because I don't even want to give them my view.
I do now. Let me be honest. I do view Trump ads because I do want to know what it is that he's out here saying and what information he's pandering.
Or when
I don't watch all of them, but I will watch a couple.
And if you watch it, put some gems in the comments of it. It's nothing wrong with doing that. If you're gonna watch a train wreck, let everyone else know, hey, this Sharkeisha video was funny as hell, but I never like to see our black young princesses fighting. That's not cool. This shit was funny, but then you ain't gotta be Mr. Always Responsible or Mrs. Always. But I'm just saying, sometimes think about what you conditioning and what you passing on to others to be conditioned by.
Facts.
That's all I had. This might be going straight to the top of the charts with this one.
This might be playing in your car as you're driving on your way to work.
This may be playing in your iPhone as you in the middle of cleaning up the crib.
You could be listening to this while working out and I'm eating a burger.
This might be going straight to Spotify. This might be going straight to the top of the charts. This might be going absolutely everywhere, or this might be going nowhere. The podcast. Line forming, awaiting today's special. May fortune find your family and the great Lord bless you. Slow cooking at the stove, preparing for the marathon. Reynolds buddy passes, baggage claim and carry on. Time I spent a lot, but my patience very strong. Knew that we'd make it, cause this flow very on.